It's June 6th, 2021, and I'm out for another sail aboard my 1972 Allied Princess Seaquestor. And right now, we are beating into Little Cranberry or Islesford Harbor. Oh, there it is, Islesford. And as we sail in, making 5.5 knots right now. Hit 6.5. We're doing okay. That looks like a ferry headed over to Northeast Harbor. And another ferry was just ahead of us going in that's making the run back and forth from Southwest Harbor. And this is Great Cranberry on the other side. And looking back aft towards Southwest Harbor. Okay, as we sail into Little Cranberry Harbor, this gap between the two islands, Little Cranberry on the left, Great Cranberry on the right, is called the Gut. And then we're looking kind of east. Looks like there might be a fog bank out there. You can go through there on a high tide if you really trust your chart plotter, because there are some rocks that you want to be very careful of. More than one boat has tried to run through there and has not made it. And as we head in, here's a little bit better look at Islesford Harbor. That's a Hinkley jet boat leaving. We're going to come up here. There are normally about 3 town guest moorings, which in previous years have always been free. I don't know if they still are this year, I haven't checked. And there's also one other guest mooring called the Kitsy Memorial Guest Mooring. That's K-I-T-S-Y. It's kind of right in the middle of the mooring field. That is also a free mooring. So you can come over here and pick up a mooring and row ashore and visit Little Cranberry Island. There are also free moorings at Great Cranberry, but they're not the world's best moorings to spend a night on, because it is definitely rolly there, because every boat going in or out of the Western Way passes you. So you get lots of wakes, and it's a very lumpy place. Anyway, I'm going to have to tack, so I will stop. Okay, we tacked around in Little Cranberry Harbor, and we're 3/4 of a mile west from there now, sailing in a more or less westerly direction. This is Sutton Island we're going by. Sutton Island is all privately owned. It is part of the town of Cranberry Isles. And let me stand up. You can see the hills of Mount Desert Island over the top of Sutton Island. And we're going to go around the west end of Sutton up here and see if we can't get over close to Bear Island and have a look at the Bear Island Lighthouse. Okay, I'm looking back east now out the Gilly thoroughfare between Sutton Island and Little Cranberry Island, and that is heading down east toward the Bay of Fundy. The distant land you can see there in the haze is the Schoodic Peninsula. Okay, here's a little better look at Sutton Island as we come a little closer. Now these are all summer homes. No one lives on Sutton Island year-round. And we're going to go around the end of that gravel bar up there. There's plenty of water, and to within 100 feet of it or so it won't be an issue. So we're going to go up there and fall off to starboard and head over toward Bear Island to take a look at the Bear Island Light. Well, here we go around that bar at the end of Sutton Island, and we're about 100 feet from it, and we're in 59 feet of water. gradually turn over toward Bear Island. There's the Bear Island Lighthouse. See how the wind goes. I might get a little busy, so I'm gonna set the camera down. Okay, this is the east end of Sutton Island, and nice rocks and some cliffs. We didn't need to jibe. We're running pretty much straight downwind toward Bear Island. And that's it right ahead. And we'll head over there and get a nice view of the lighthouse. And there's Mount Desert Island behind it. And over that way is Seal Harbor. And the eastern way. And a little white triangle you can see out there is the pylon on East Bunker Ledge. Head up a little. And over here on the port bow is Northeast Harbor, which is one of the primary destinations for visiting yachts. And doesn't look like there are very many visitors there yet. Zoom in on Bear Island a little more as we get closer. You can see the lighthouse there. And what I'm going to do is come in as close as I can, and then we will turn to port and sail back west a little bit. Okay, here's a nice view of Bear Island Lighthouse. Bear Island belongs to Acadia National Park, but the lighthouse is leased out and is a private summer residence. I don't know how long the lease goes for, and I'm not sure that you can actually go ashore on Bear Island. You might be able to come over on a kayak and just go onto some of the beaches, but because it is Acadia National Park, but because of the lease, a lot of the land on the island is off limits, if you will, to visitors. So let me get an unobstructed view of the Bear Island Lighthouse, and I'll zoom this in editing. I'm getting a wake from somebody. Okay, I'm gonna head up a little. Turn to port, move the bow toward the wind, and we will continue west. And we'll go on to essentially a beam reach. And I think I need to trim that jib a little. It's going to be hard. Here we go. Now that did it. Got her set up. Okay, we tacked around over by Greening Island because the wind quit. And now we're making 6.7 knots headed east. Now we're going to go on the north side of Sutton Island between Sutton and Mount Desert Island, and that passage is called the Eastern Way. And we'll go over reasonably close to East Bunker Ledge, which marks the eastern extent of the Eastern Way. And this is the deep passage into the Great Harbor of Mount Desert Island. So if you have a big boat or a deep draft boat, this is the way to go. As we go east this time, past Bear Island, there's the lighthouse again. And we'll continue east until we're past the east end of Sutton Island. And we will tack out there and come back in on the south side of Sutton Island. This is the north side of the island. Okay, we're nearing the east end of Sutton Island. So these are the summer cottages on the northeast side of Sutton. There's the end of the island right there. We're in wind shadow of the island right now. Boat speed is down to 2.2 knots, and it's pretty warm because the wind is coming over the island. That'll change here in just a couple minutes when we finally get out from behind the island. And over here on the other side of the Eastern Way is Mount Desert Island, and there is the town or village of Seal Harbor. The homes up on the hill are all summer homes. Those are the high-end homes in Seal Harbor. The more moderately priced homes are not visible from here. They're kind of in the woods as you head inland from the harbor. And of course, in the distance, Cadillac Mountain on the right, and you can just see the bubbles back there. One of them is almost disappearing behind the hill. And Jordan Pond is right up that low spot there. Just go up there about 1.5 miles and you're at Jordan Pond. So we haven't got too much farther before we get back into a little more wind. We're down to 1.9 knots, but it should improve in just a little bit. And right now the sea state is not too bad. I think we got about 2-inch seas, but there is a fairly good size long period eastern swell coming in, and the biggest it gets is about 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, but it's so long period that you hardly notice it. Well, here's our chart plotter, and you can see here in the wind shadow of Sutton Island, we're not exactly flying. Oh, 2 knots, 2 knots, wow. Things are getting going. And there's the end of the island. So once we pass that, the wind has gone a little bit southwest, so we should start getting a little bit more wind, and the temperature should drop off noticeably once we get out from behind this island. And here's a lobster boat coming in. So we're going to get hit by his wake. And one last view of Seal Harbor. Okay, this is East Bunker Ledge, which marks the eastern end of the Eastern Way. The land in the distance over there in the haze is the Schoodic Peninsula. And we are currently sailing toward Little Cranberry Island, where we will tack and then sail back west on the south side of Sutton Island, where there will be wind. There's a nice breeze over there by Little Cranberry. I can tell by that yawl that's heeling over pretty good. So we should have pleasant sailing, and it's also much cooler here than it was in the lee of Sutton. Okay, right now we are sailing almost due west, and we're going on the southern side of Sutton Island over here. I'm pinched up pretty much as high as I can go right now in order to try to guarantee that I make it around Sutton Island. We're headed back to Southwest Harbor after this. So just go up here a little bit further, and then I'll fall off a little, and we will head straight into Southwest Harbor. This is Little Cranberry Island here, some of the quaint little summer cottages. And you can just see some of the boats in the mooring field over there. Okay, here we are going along the south side of Sutton Island over here, and we're passing just south of the bell buoy that marks the channel here. And we're going to pass about 30 feet from it. And at this point, I'm going to turn a little bit north and sail straight into Southwest Harbor, which is more us straight ahead about 3 miles. We're just about back into Southwest Harbor. Well, we're going to call it a day, and we're going to hang on the mooring tonight and spend the night aboard the boat and just motor back into the marina tomorrow morning. So it's looking a little hazy, might fog up later tonight, who knows. Won't really make any difference. We're going to be a 1/4 mile from the marina, so I think I'll be able to find it even in the fog. So just about ready to furl up the sails and start the engine as we motor back into the mooring. So I hope you enjoyed this little sailing trip in the great harbor of Mount Desert Island here on June 6, 2021. Thanks for watching.